You're watching WCCB News Now. I'm Chief Meteorologist Nicole Madden. Today is Monday, June 10th, and here's what you need to know weather-wise. Well, we got a nice forecast coming up the next few days. We are going to see those clouds clear throughout the morning, and by this afternoon, nice pool weather for you. As we head towards lunchtime, temperatures will still be in the upper 70s, reaching the low to mid 80s today, so staying a bit below average. But the good news is that it will be staying dry as we push into the next few days. In fact, we got a nice dry streak here of weather. You don't have to worry about any of those afternoon storm chances as we move towards Friday. We're going to see a little bit of an increase here in some of the mugginess with rain and storm chances returning by Saturday and Sunday. But even then, here for the Father's Day weekend, those storm chances will be more isolated. We had a cold front that has dropped south of the area. It's going to take along all of the wet weather with it that we're still seeing across our South Carolina communities this morning. The clouds will fade and temperatures a bit below average as that drier air moves in out of the north. 84 degrees for your high in Charlotte. We'll get to 83 in Rockingham, 82 for you in Salisbury, and for our mountain communities, highs will top out in the upper 60s to low 70s. Overnight lows will be falling back into the upper 50s to low 60s. Nice and cool this evening and refreshing start here, especially for our mountain communities where temperatures will be in the upper 40s to low 50s. Along the I-40 stretch, we got upper 50s here with the low 60s throughout the Piedmont to start your day, and below average highs continue tomorrow with the low 80s for much of the region. It's going to be a beautiful forecast leading into your Tuesday, with the muggy meter though indicating that sticky pattern that is going to be moving up here as we head towards the end of the week. So feeling a bit more humid by Friday into your weekend, and going along with that will be that increase in temperature is not going to keep the cooler air for much longer. In fact, by mid to late week, we'll see those highs back near average and slightly above. Likely going to see our first 90-degree day. We're still in search of it in Charlotte, but by Thursday and Friday, we should see that as those temperatures reach the low to mid 90s. That's your latest outlook for your week ahead. Rachel, what's the latest on those headlines?
Thank you, Nicole. The man accused of killing Alicia Watts is due back in court today. James Dunmore has a hearing this morning in Montgomery County. He is accused of killing Watts last July while she was visiting him in Charlotte. Police found her body a month later. Dunmore will not face the death penalty, so the maximum sentence he could receive is life in prison without parole. New developments this morning in a drowning at a local greenway. Crews have recovered the body of a young girl. Investigators say it happened at the Broad River Greenway in Cleveland County on Saturday. The CDC says drowning deaths are on the rise in the U.S. WCCB spoke to a trauma director at Piedmont Medical who says there are warning signs parents can look out for.
If you're noticing your child out there and they're grunting, if they're going a little bit more slowly, if their head seems to be dipping below water more frequently, all of those are indicators that they're starting to get a little bit more tired and they probably need a break.
The Greenway has now reopened to the public. New information this morning, one person has been arrested after an arson in southwest Charlotte. Charlotte Fire says that was intentionally set Sunday night on Green Needles Court. It cost about $20,000 in damage. Thankfully, nobody was hurt in the fire. A settlement has been reached over the controversial New Indy paper mill plant in Catawba, South Carolina. A judge has approved a $103 million settlement in a year-long class action lawsuit. It'll be split among 6,000 residents. The group claims the company violated the Clean Air Act and that the paper mill led to health issues because of the plant's emission. Charlotte city leaders will get an update on renovation plans for Bank of America Stadium tonight. Tepper Sports and Entertainment is asking City Council for $650 million toward the more than $1 billion renovation. It includes a new state-of-the-art sound system, scoreboard, and video boards. In return for the tax money, the Panthers and Charlotte FC would stay in the Queen City for another 20 years. Council will also get an update on public feedback on this project. For many people, a trip to the DMV will be required before a trip to the airport next spring. The deadline to get the North Carolina Real ID is less than a year away. State officials say more than 3 million North Carolinians have already had a Real ID driver's license or state-issued ID card. And if you're not sure, here's how you can check.
It's very simple to determine if you have a Real ID already. Look at your credential, look in the upper right-hand corner and look for a star. That means you have the Real ID and you're good to go.
If you don't have a Real ID by next year's deadline, you can still fly commercial domestic flights with a current passport. Now through Labor Day, the North Carolina DMV will be open Saturdays at 16 locations across the state. A new ride system is helping with congestion and parking problems in Plaza Midwood. The service is called Jaunt. It is free and it just started on Friday night. You can use it to go from business to business for a night out on the town. That way you don't take a parking space, which can be tough to find at night. We caught up with some people taking advantage of the service.
Jaunt picked us up at our house and brought us right down to Plaza Midwood here, so now we can enjoy the afternoon for free. We usually do Uber, and Uber is not free, so we very much appreciate the Jaunt.
The free rideshare service is only available on the weekends for the first 8 weeks. You can always stay updated throughout the day. Follow WCCB Charlotte on Instagram, Facebook, and X. You can also get news updates anytime on WCCBCharlotte.com. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.